I got the divorce papers by email while I was still in the desert. 12 years of marriage ended in a PDF attachment. My name is Ethan Carter, 41 years old, Staff Sergeant with the 101st Airborne. I'd been in Mosul for 5 months when Lauren decided she was done waiting. The subject line read, "Let's handle this like adults." The message itself was 3 sentences long. She'd already filed the paperwork. She'd already emptied our joint account. She'd already moved her new boyfriend, Tyler, into our house in Boise. I read the email twice, closed my laptop, took a shower in the communal stall, got dressed for my shift, and said nothing to anyone. When I got back to my bunk that night, I replied with one word: understood. That was it. No argument. No begging. No threats. Garrett, my bunkmate, noticed something was off. "You good, man?" he asked, not looking up from his book. "Yeah," I said. "Just some stuff back home." He nodded. That was the end of it. Military guys know when to leave things alone. Besides, truth is, I wasn't surprised. 6 months before deployment, things had changed. Small things. Lauren stopped asking about my day. Started working late at the law office where she was a paralegal. Started going to the gym 4 times a week but never seemed to break a sweat. New clothes. New friends I never met. New passwords on her phone. I didn't confront her. Didn't start checking her messages or following her around. That's not who I am. But I wasn't blind either. So I made some quiet moves of my own. Nothing dramatic. Just precautions. Secured important documents in a storage unit across town. Moved my grandfather's watch and my mom's jewelry there too. Opened a separate account at a different bank, diverting part of my pay. Not enough that she'd notice. Enough that I wouldn't be starting from zero if things went south. The night before I deployed, she hugged me at the airport and said, "Stay safe, okay?" Her eyes were dry. Like she was saying goodbye to a coworker, not a husband heading to war. I should have known then. But part of me still hoped I was wrong. I wasn't. What she didn't know was that I'd prepared for this moment. And what she didn't understand was this. I never start fights. But I do finish them. The aftermath. 2 months later, I was back on American soil. I didn't tell Lauren I was coming home. Didn't call. Didn't text. Just checked into a motel in downtown Boise under a different name and contacted Ryan, an old army buddy who'd become a lawyer. We met at a diner outside of town. "You look like hell," he said, sliding into the booth. "Feel like it too," I replied. Ryan handed me a folder. Inside, the house deed, loan documents, bank statements, and one extra sheet. "Found something interesting," he said. "A refinance application with your signature. Except it's not your signature." I examined it. The middle initial was wrong. The stroke pattern was off. "Lauren did this?" I asked, though I already knew the answer. Ryan nodded. 3 months ago. Used the equity to pull out $350,000. Your signature was required since the VA loan is in your name only. I took a deep breath. What are my options? Ryan leaned forward. "First, you need to decide what you want." I thought about it. I want what's legally mine. And I want her to understand consequences. Ryan smiled. "Then here's what we do." The reckoning. The next day, I drove past our house. Tyler's truck was gone. Lauren's car was in the driveway. I parked down the street and watched. Thought about knocking, confronting her. But that wasn't the plan. Instead, I went to the bank. Met with the loan officer who'd processed the refinance. Showed him my military ID. Showed him the real signature on my driver's license. Showed him the forged documents. His face went pale. "I'll need to report this immediately." "I understand," I said. "I've already filed a police report." That night my phone buzzed. A text from Lauren. Who have you been talking to at the bank? Tyler said someone was asking questions. I didn't respond. 2 days later, Lauren called. I let it go to voicemail. Ethan, we need to talk. The bank called about the house. What are you doing? Her voice was tight. Panicked. Still, I didn't respond. Ryan called an hour later. They froze the refinance money. And there's more. What? Tyler got pulled over this morning. Driving your truck. On a suspended license. I exhaled. Good. Also, Ryan added, he had something interesting in the truck. Client files from Lauren's law office. Not exactly legal to take those. I closed my eyes. She's been stealing documents? Looks that way. Police are investigating. Then game. A week later, I sat across from Agent Vasquez at the FBI field office. Your case helped us connect the dots, she said. Tyler and his partner have done this before. Targeting military spouses. Forging documents. Draining accounts. How many others? I asked. At least 6 that we know of. I leaned back. Lauren had texted again. Ethan, please. I didn't know what Tyler was doing. We need to talk. I didn't reply. Some betrayals don't deserve a response. A year later, Tyler was sentenced to 7 years for fraud. The house was sold. I used the money to buy land in Montana. Lauren moved back to her hometown. Last I heard, she was working at another law firm. I got a dog. A mutt named Ranger. Started building furniture. Simple things. Solid things. Things that couldn't be stolen. One evening, I got a letter from a Marine's wife in San Diego. You don't know me, she wrote, but your case saved our home. Thank you. I pinned it to my fridge. Some days, when the quiet gets too heavy, I look at that letter and remember. Sometimes the best revenge is living well. And me? I'm living just fine.